This morning, I come live again on another controversial matter dealing with land fraud within the Department of Lands and Physical Planning. The portion of land in question is State Agriculturalist Portion 167 at Volume 115, Folio 242, Granville, Bomana. Section 16, portion 1671. And this particular portion of land has been bought by Peter Sampson Sam in 1992 from its previous owner for a sum of 60,000 kina. And over the last 32 years, Peter Sampson Sam was denied the title to the land. And recently, he has discovered that this land was sold to one named Chen Beng Lee, under its company called Vani No. 167 Limited. And now, Peter Sam has taken this matter to court to make a claim against the state for 210 million kina in special damages. Now that's a whopping amount of money, but this is the typical fraud that's going on in the Department of Lands almost on a day to others, particularly Asians, who come in and buy these titles because they trust what the government is doing, and in doing so they cause a lot of pain and suffering to the title holders. And today I have with me Mr. Peter Sampson Sam, who is the victim of this fraudulent land transaction. And Peter Sampson Sam is a lawyer by profession, and he has a long history with this country. And he's been here. He was one of the pioneer lawyers who graduated from the University of Papua New Guinea before independence, and has continued to serve in the legal profession, and he does so. And currently is the Vice President of the People's Anti-Corruption Movement as our special legal advisor. And we are saddened to know that fraud and corrupt practices at the Lands Department has not slowed down at all. And I wish to allow Peter Sam to say a few things on this case.
Thank you. I bought this land from a guy called Teganon from City for 60,000 kina, and he transferred the title to me, kind of transferred to me, to get a title in 1992 on the 4th of April, on the 10th of April 1992, and Mr. Ward approved it on the same day, in December. Transfer is approved already. I got a transfer approved. But the rest of time they can't give me the title, even after the Mara transfer to me. And they decided to give it to a guy called George Kimala in 1994, who never had a title to the place. You saw the license sold it to a Wheeler Bench of Bengal Limited, coming on by Chinese and Magal country. Now, and then Magal country says again to Wheeler Bench of Limited is not signed, and that title is defective, it's invalid. It was fraudulent. Then Jemima issued another title to George Kimala again. And just now transferred it to a company called Lizard Pen, which is a different company altogether. And Lizard Pen then transferred it to a company called Money No. 167 Limited, owned by Chen Beng Lee, or Chinese, at least American, I don't know. But he also, but it's not his fault. It's not the country's fault. It's the Lands Department's fault. I'm blaming the office of the rest of title, and I'm blaming the state on their behalf. So all those people got the titles like these Chinese guys and Michael Country and all this. It's not their fault. I'm nothing against Michael Country. He's an innocent guy, and he has been misled into by less department give his cultural title. So I'm taking the state to court. I say she represents the less department. I've given notice to the state already in Sudan. These are safe. I'm in the process of filing the proceedings in the national court for a declaration that title they issued to Bani number 163 is null and void for fraud, and therefore can be protected under Section 33 of the Lands Restoration Act. So that's why I'm claiming damages against the state. Special damage 210 million, or 33 years I've been suffering. My family has been suffering for 33 years. Then I'm claiming also general damages to be assessed, and also punitive and exemplary damages, and also cost and expenses. That's all. And this is the worst case that ever took place in the history of the Land Department. For me to die. And Michael Gandhi said, when I asked for somebody, Syrian guy, said Peterson doesn't exist. Who said that? I'm existing. And I'm the owner of that land, and I'll make sure that I win this case in the national court. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter Sam. We have just witnessed the kind of practice, the fraudulent practice of land transfers within the Department of Lands, and I am here just covering on Facebook live stream on the fraudulent practices that go on at the Department of Lands over the years. And it is very interesting to note, because I also have another matter that Peter Sam and I have been working on, and that is the Corner Tigers Oval at Waigani, which we have gone in and out of court for the past 16 years. And behind that story, the same people that are committing all this fraud in creating titles, false titles, and selling it to unsuspecting vendors are good at that, and they have been in the position of that, in the same position as secretary or treasurer of the Department of Lands for a long time. And I have gone to court. I have gone to court with the current secretary for the Department of Lands for calling him a fraudster, because he did a change on the description of the title to the Corner Tigers land from portion 137, allotment 1 and 2, to portion 468, allotment 1 and 2. And this particular fraudulent transfer was done on the August 2007, and they had sold this land. Stanley Arrow had fraudulently claimed that he had the right to sell that land, and he sold that land to a company named Bendon Limited. And Bendon Limited bought that land for 3 million kina, and less than 30 days, and had this money transferred to a Commonwealth account in Australia for his own use. And this was facilitated by officials from the Bank of South Pacific, without actually checking on the source of the finance. Pacific were displaced, and the matter had gone before the court. And in 2013, the criminal court in Waigani had sentenced Stanley Arrow to jail for 8 years with hard labor for the land title was to revert back to the original owners, and this is the Corner Tigers Rugby League Football Club. And that has not happened to this day. While this matter was before the courts, title, Mr. Samson Benjamin had decided to cross out by Biro Section 137 and replace it with Section 468 and resold that same piece of land for a whopping 50 million kina to a new company called Waigani City Development Limited. And Waigani City Development Limited, on paper, is owned by the same company, Bandon Limited. And Bandon Limited had changed their name to a company called Glory Holdings. And Glory Holdings had then sold on to Waigani City Development. And the owner of the company remained the same. And particularly Lee Tae Kong was named as a director. And he had one share out of the 2 million shares. He was a minor shareholder. And we had written to the Department of Lands to restore title since the decision of the court in 2013. We have gone to court. We have taken out several summonses that were dismissed by the court for want of for non-compliance with court procedures. And we are still going to court. And the land title is still with Waigani City Development. Again, on the 14th of August 2019, some imposters and fraudsters had signed a deal as executives of the Coney Tigers Club to the same Waigani City Development and Mr. Lee Tae Kong for a sale of allotment 1 of Section 137 for another 2 million. So the same piece of land was sold for 3 million. That was Section 137, allotment 1 and 2. It was sold for 3 million in 2007 to Bandon Limited. That same land was again sold to Waigani City Development for 50 million in May 2013. And again in August 19, it was sold to the same Waigani City Development for 2 million, but this time it was allotment 1. Now, several reports and complaints to the police have ended with no response. The police have sat on the files, or the police have compromised their duties with the fraudsters. And Benjamin Samson, as I speak, is the current secretary for the Department of Lands. And he had lied on oath that I was not a member of, I did not have any authority as a member of the Coney Tigers Club. And we have gone to the Waigani Communal Court. And I have been committed to the Waigani National Court. And since then, the file has been plucked out. They had obtained a warrant for my arrest, and they had plucked out the file from the courthouse, and we have still not fixed the matter. And Waigani and Benjamin Samson continues to be the secretary of the Department of Lands. Now we are calling on the Lands Minister and the government of Papua New Guinea to do a land audit, because there is so much fraud going on with false titles. People are complaining about foreign companies coming in here and buying a customary land title and selling it to other people without the knowledge of the customary landowners. A few people who sign ILGs come in and without informing the others, they come and they act as if they. And all this fraud is facilitated by the officials of the Department of Lands and Physical Planning. And now I'm calling on the minister here to call for a land audit to look at all the land fraud in the Department of Lands and Physical Planning, because even when we go to court, the court process is taking so long. In the case of Peter Sam, he's been deprived for 32 years. And in the case of Coney Tigers, we have been going in and out of the courthouse since 2008. In 2008, we filed a summons which was plucked out of the courthouse and thrown into the bush. Every attempt we've made to regain the title has been rebuffed. There is something going on in this country, and it needs to be fixed immediately. And we call on the Prime Minister and the Minister for Lands to establish or put up a commission of inquiry into the dealings of the Department of Lands and Physical Planning. Thank you very much for watching me today. Finish. It's me and Peter Sam from the People's Anti-Corruption Movement of Papua New Guinea.